Greetings, sentience, around the world and into your frontal lobe. You can't stop the signal. Where the signal goes, I go. And the signal goes everywhere. I am Toxie, your avenger for toxic masculinity. Talent on loan from God. With half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair. Your mind is now processing, whether by viewing or listening or both, this episode of Toxie the Night Janitor Speaks. Janitor by night, sleeper by day, I bring you now tidings of the manosphere and the world at large. Today's topic, Ms. Sadia Khan. For an introduction, Ms. Khan is a life coach type person who sells self-improvement courses online for the approximate price of £6,500 sterling. She is of Pakistani heritage, and she is objectively attractive. She apparently obtained a degree in psychology of education and has a YouTube channel at Sadia Psychology. So if you can do it, good for you. Check out her channel for more info directly from her to hear what she has to say. I used to listen to some of her stuff, but then I heard the Women Never Lie video. After that, I more or less quit because I didn't exactly agree with her assessment of the subject. I will quote her now here. Have a listen.
Now, the reality is a lot of men will say, she lied to me in the beginning, she was so good, she lied to me, she lied to me, she lied to me. Women never, ever, ever lie. Never do they lie. They might not say the truth, but they always show you the truth. Every woman that you've been with that has hurt you, used you, cheated on you, stolen from you, whatever it is, she showed you her red flags from day one. You chose to ignore them. You chose to ignore them. This is what women will do. They meet a man and they'll basically show their red flags in not so clear ways. So they might show it simply by how she dresses.
So that's good information. However, it seems to me that she's basically saying that if you don't know the red flags, you're screwed because women present themselves, red flags and all, and in that way, they don't lie. But when I heard that, it seemed like I was just set back to square one to start over because there was no accountability and there was no way to challenge someone on the red flags, be it a woman or a man, using this logic. So Ms. Khan seemed to be saying that you just have to know how to read a woman. You just have to know how to read a person.
Wasn't the only thing he said. Most of the time a man will tell you his bad intentions if you listen. Let yourself hear. A few years back, Free Gray's outfit come through. That weren't no idle story.
So like Waite said, a man will tell you his bad intentions. You just have to listen. And this is so profound. It is certainly true. I have dealt with many people in my life, and I can say that this game is not specific to only women. Academics play these word games also. University students and grad students, and then professors also, because professors are just students with a DR period in front of their names, play these word games in order to finesse other people. I know, it happened to me. Ha ha ha. And at some point, it really does become lying. Because in the course of a conversation, one person will tell the other person what he wants to hear. They will talk long enough to hear what they want to hear. And then each person can walk away thinking they got what they wanted, when in fact, they will each do their own different things. And of course, there is a gap, sometimes a canyon, between what they thought would happen and what actually happens. Miscommunication, anyone? Misunderstanding, maybe? I have to say that once upon a long time ago, I think it was, I read something that goes like this. If you allow someone to believe a falsehood, that is, something that is false, this is the same as lying to that person. Poof, mind blown. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
So, since 2017, when a girl just really pretty much lied to me in a big way, and then probably, most likely, lied about me to other people, which wound up costing me a lot, I have been trying to study how people lie as much as I can. This girl basically omitted information that would have influenced my decision to continue talking to her because it was beneficial for her to keep me interested. She liked it, the attention and validation, and maybe somewhere in her deepest crevices of her being, in her soul of souls, maybe she genuinely thought of me as boyfriend material. Not to flatter myself, but we were talking a lot at that time. And then out of nowhere for me, apparently, she brings in another guy into the equation. Maybe I'll tell the whole story some other time, but she made it very clear to me one day that she was involved with this guy. So I just backed off and left the situation, and I quit talking to her entirely. And this brings me back to Ms. Khan. So, using what Ms. Khan said, she probably would advise me that I missed a red flag somewhere in my discourse with this girl back in 2017. Maybe so. But there is no possible way that I can monitor another person 100% of the time. In addition, some people are very good at omitting their red flags. Dare I even say, hiding their red flags. I've listened to a lot of cheating stories from Reddit as narrated here on YouTube because, night janitor. So, R-Space, Tony's cheating stories, and many others. I have no affiliation with any of those channels. They're just ones that I happen to listen to, which have some good stories. They provide very interesting anecdotes about the subject. What is most interesting is that many spouses are in fact completely blindsided when they learn about infidelity. The cheating spouse or significant other hides their cheating so that the red flags are certainly not obvious. The signs are usually changes in behavior, such as phone usage, schedule and activity changes, joining a gym, volunteering, working extra hours, and so on. These excuses give the cheating significant other, whether it's a man or a woman, doesn't matter. But it gives that person an open window of time to do their thing and hide the red flags. So while Ms. Khan's assessment of women never lying sounds interesting, and it is true to some degree, for me, it is rather hollow, because it seems to almost excuse women for committing this sort of behavior. Did you notice that? It's almost as if Ms. Khan is placing the burden of proof upon men for not seeing the problems with women. And of course, that's why we need Ms. Khan's 6,500 pound sterling high-value man course. As we've seen, it is easy for people to omit information. And this omitted information can be vital, since it can change the entire understanding of a situation. People can knowingly place their red flags in this omitted information, and no one is the wiser. So for me, I have to take a step back.
Take a step back, will you?
Now that I know people can just omit their red flags, I must take their words at face value and realize that what they say is not necessarily the whole story. Maybe what they're saying is just what they think I want to hear. I need to watch what they do also, and note the discrepancy, the difference, when what happens is what is different from what they say will happen. And surely, without a doubt, it will be different. Discrepancies happen all the time. I'm still learning to notice them in my own interactions with people. Doing this helps me disconnect and put distance between myself and other people. Not in a bad way. I love talking to people and enjoying the simple things in life. Conversation is great. But keeping some space for maneuverability between oneself and other people seems to be helpful. That way, I'm not so dependent on what someone else says or does, and when discrepancies arise, I have time and resources to examine them and determine if the discrepancies are legitimate mistakes or something more sinister. Maybe sum it up like this. As the saying goes, trust, but verify. So maybe I can say that I am building a validation layer in my life. And to wrap it up and return to Ms. Khan again, it just seemed to me that she was stating the obvious, namely that women have red flags, and she is excusing women by putting the burden of proof on men to figure out what women are actively trying to hide by omitting parts of their lives. Case in point, Ms. Khan herself. As far as I understand the recent controversy, Ms. Khan has been caught using waist shrinking filters in some of her videos to make her waist appear slimmer than it actually is. Wow. Red flags much? Now sure, one can argue that it's for the gram, and everybody does it. But so what? Why is she trying to make herself more attractive with a filter that isn't really necessary? I guess she's tossing up a red flag. Another controversial topic with Ms. Khan is that she presents herself as a psychologist while not actually referring to herself as a psychologist, but allowing her viewers to assume she is a psychologist because she does have psychological training, and she makes a living at it as a life coach. Her channel is even called Sadia Psychology. So she is allowing people to believe something that is not entirely accurate.
Excuse me, Mr. President. That's not entirely accurate. What? Which part?
Red flags much? Now, the one that takes the cake is that Ms. Khan has mouthed off a few times to people about her use of the filter and the fact that she claims to be a side piece of a high-value, high-worth man. Now, I've heard that in the recording of Ms. Khan stating that she is a side piece of this one guy, it may or may not actually be Ms. Khan talking. We don't officially know. So I'll just refrain from commenting on that, besides saying that if it is her, it doesn't surprise me. Red flags much? So I guess that's my take for now. And I'm not bashing Ms. Khan for making money at her gig. Shoot, if I could get someone to pay me 6,500 pounds sterling for a short course, I probably would too. And you know, if it helps someone out there who hasn't heard the information before, then maybe it's a good thing for that person. It's probably not 6,500 pounds sterling good, but at least the person who buys her course now knows more than before. But for me, I'm content to sit back and take in the free version here on YouTube. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in the next one.